Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about teenager pregnancy. I'm Rita and today it's all about you. Teenagers' pregnancy is a very complex topic with the numerous psychological effects to everybody that is involved. And this means teens, parents, family, community, and everybody that surrounds this kind of situation. Teenager pregnancy is a global problem occurring in high, middle, and low income societies and countries. Many facts contribute to pregnancies and birth during teenager times. Near 40% of the teenagers with less than 18 years old in the less developed countries are pressured to get married and start a family, having their own children. In other cases, they become pregnant because they have limited education and limited job perspectives. And in this kind of societies and in this kind of countries, become pregnant and have children and start their own family is the best perspective for any girl. In other communities and societies, children and teenagers, they have much more opportunity of information and they have actually much higher perspectives of the future, but they don't have access of contraception due to poverty or cultural factors, or even less willingness policies that can support teenagers' sexual needs. There are also cases that teenagers can't really have enough autonomy to use a consistent type of contraceptive method, and all of this can cause a number near 10 million of unwanted pregnancies per year in the most developed countries. And we have to be aware that 10 million is the whole population of several countries in Europe, for instance. Adding to this cause, we also have another focus that actually causes the higher numbers of unwanted pregnancies during teenager times, which is the sexual violence against women and particularly against girls. And this cause is the third most common cause of unwanted pregnancies in these developed countries. Although in some traditional societies, early pregnancies are really desired, several studies can really show us what is the main problems of teenagers getting pregnant. Because in most of the cases, the body of these girls are still in development. When a pregnancy happens to a girl between 15 and 18 years old, the childbirth complication is the leading cause of many other complications for these girls. They may face a higher risk of eclampsia, puerperal endometriosis, and systemic infections. Near 4 million of unsafe abortions end in the death of the mother. For babies that born from teenagers' moms, the risk of premature birth, low birth weight, kidney and lungs issues, eating problems, and even brain development and cognition can be really high and can turn into a very serious problem. This issue about teenagers' pregnancy, they usually seen as very frightening, a life-changing event, and most of the times leads to teen moms and teen fathers and their own families to deep depression, anxiety episodes that can eventually compromise the whole family dynamic, and the despair of teenagers with compromised future. To all of these issues, we have to add the interruption of the educational processes to these teenagers, a stronger psychological effect to these girls that became pregnant due to assault or due to sexual violence. These teens face constantly stigma, rejection, violence from their own peers that really can compromise their future in terms of education, in terms of future career and employment, and sometimes even motivation for life itself. To avoid or suppress all of these facts, a better prevention methods have to be available to all teens in form of sexual education in schools, much more access to contraception with a much more easily and simple and with the less taboo approaches, a much more effective fight in any kind of violence, particularly in the families, in the schools, in the societies, in the relationships in general. We also need to contribute to a much more open-minded community that is able to talk about all of these issues, to listen to girls' problems, and to be sure that we as adults can fulfill wishes of a better society for everybody. We really need to leave some traditions behind, because some of them are really having a very negative effect in our teenagers, and we all need to do our share. We all have to be involved direct or indirectly with this issue, because it is urgent to prevent teens mortality, to prevent teens with HIV in all forms, and really stop violence against teens in general and teen girls in particular. And so that's all for today, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, share with a friend, comment if you want, and I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!